you're positive about China. You think the worst is over. When can we expect to see a meaningful recovery in terms of, economic growth back to pre-COVID levels?
Morning, ladies. What we think is that, the worst is already behind us. And the whole economy is definitely moving towards the positive end. So recovery is already underway, although a full recovery definitely is going to take some more time. So we are hopeful that during this course of recovery, both earnings as well as valuation should trend up or be upgraded in due course.
You've always been a bull on China, Selina, but everybody's also watching the property crisis in China as well. The unprecedented wave of defaults is happening in the sector. Could this stress in the property sector cause a spillover to the wider economy?
I think the authorities are also watching out for that. And that's, in fact, why yesterday some of the cities or regions had come up with more subsidies for home buying. And definitely, I think the whole real estate market in China is overdue for a consolidation. And therefore, the bigger real estate developers are likely going to expand in terms of market share. And those would be the companies that we would advise investors to get into. So over the medium and long run, these would be the consolidators that's going to benefit from the whole sector consolidation.
Interesting. Selina, when you look at the macro picture right now, no doubt the data is pointing to a slight recovery there, but there are still a few concerning trends. Of course, consumption is weak, and also the labour market is a little bit of a worry at the moment. And we know that income is a bit of a concern amongst Chinese citizens, given these lockdowns that we've seen that's led to some of these layoffs. How concerning is that for the A-share market, given that we know this market is made up largely, is driven by these retail investors who typically have a short-term outlook?
I'll put it this way. And therefore, as a whole, CS is more cautious about the China consumer market as a whole. Having said that, we believe that the Asia market would become more and more institutional driven. And therefore, more institutions are going to participate in that market going forward. And hopefully, that's going to stabilize the volatility in that market as a whole. And in terms of the existing kind of player mix, definitely retail investors are still a major portion of the players in the Asia market. And having said that, like what we just discussed about, the full recovery economy is likely going to take some time. However, we believe that we are moving towards the positive end, and hopefully that's likely going to recover too in terms of the individuals' wealth, individuals' well-being, and the feel-good factor will likely going to return. And therefore, some of the institutions are already getting ahead of the whole game and moving into that market and getting into some of the shares that's providing more or better fundamental.